All right, here we are for round one. We won that arrow. We'll go ahead and play first. And this, well, why is my hand black darkened when I'm assassinating a mulligan? I'm not going to. I'm going to keep, but it's very strange that it's like this at all. Alright, well, I don't know why my hand is darkened for whatever reason. This is the first time playing Moto since the most recent update, so maybe there's just did something weird with it. My opponent here. Alright, well, finally I can see my hand. We're going to turn one Elvish Mystic, because Elvish Mystic's great. One of the sacrifices you do make being black-green instead of white-green is that you lose access to fetch lands, which are actually pretty good in this kind of deck with Den Protector. I think that in the grand scheme of things, it's possible that the pain lands are actually a little bit better. Alright. Alright, well, I am going to play this Boon Satyr and hop something. I think I want to eat the Lightning Berserker. Seems like the scariest of these. Obviously, I can eat either one of these. Maybe actually block this, because if I block Berserker, he has to at least use mana to pump his guy to kill this. So I think actually this is a better block. If he has some sort of spell. Alright, well, now we have multiple downfalls. Oh, he dashed the other guy anyway. Yeah, that's great. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and attack. This is pretty clearly a little awkward hand with only one black mana and triple downfall. This is certainly one of the concerns about possible possible difficulty actually casting some of the double black spells. There's what, 14 black sources, I think, if I'm counting correctly, maybe 15. Alright. Thoughtseize. Well, not the best of cards in this matchup. I think I'm going to Thoughtseize him anyway. It does potentially prevent more damage than... Oh wow, that is quite the hand. I'm just going to take the Lightning Berserker, leave him with 2 Atarka's commands. It is pretty brutal, though. I'm just going to attack with Boon Satyr. We definitely could use a second black mana here to cast one of these downfalls. Alright, so he's clearly going to Atarka's command here, which does 3 to me and kills this guy. His hand is Atarka's command and an unknown card. Alright, well, I'm going to keep attacking with Boon Satyr. Maybe I'd actually have 2 copies of Urborg. We're down to 5. And another forest. Well, I am better off, I think, attacking than I am trying to block here. I'm dead to like a burn spell. It does, like, I'm dead to a 4 damage burn spell. I'd have to block if he played any creature. I think I just want to attack. wish I didn't have mismatched lands. I just imported a list. Alright, we may just be dead. Dead to any creature now. Yeah, we're probably dead. Alright, we're dead. I would have been dead to Lightning Strike plus this pretty much regardless at that point. So that game, we just couldn't actually cast our spells, which is unfortunate. We're going to board out Thought Seizes. Going to board out Heralds. I think they're likely pretty bad here. I think I actually may just board out Downfall. I think it's going to be just worse than Ultimate Price or Bile-Blight. Bring in 3 copies of Ultimate Price, 3 copies of Bile-Blight. I think I actually do want Duress here. How do I have mismatched Duresses? That's what happens when you just import a deck list. I wonder if Collected Company is actually any good. We end up with, what, 22 hits for Collected Company, all of which are pretty good. Being able to cast creatures at instant speed is like kind of relevant against like can't block effects. And it's certainly better than something like a Thoughtseize in my deck. I think I'm actually going to try these. Can only hold up mana to possibly use removal. And then, I can't believe I've mismatched Duresses. This makes me so tilted. Importing my deck lists, dear God. All right, anyway. So yeah, I mean, we basically lost that game because we just couldn't cast some of our spells. Which, we have 7, 8, yeah, we have 15 black sources, so chances of being able to cast double black spell are pretty high, especially since one of them is Urborg. Maybe 2 of them should be Urborg. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and submit. We will play first. Why is this like this? I'm gonna keep. Why is my hand like grayed out when I'm mulliganing? I don't understand it. I want to play, I'm going to bottom this. I want to play the Temple turn 1. Could play Elvish Mystic turn 1, but I want to be, I think I'm better off actually potentially casting Death Dealer turn 2 or leave myself with Ultimate Price to cast turn 2. Here I think I just want to cast Death Dealer. Wild Slashed, okay. I kind of want to just play Warden and make it a 3/3. Just make it a 3/3 right now, so you can't. I guess there's no reason to do it into the 1 red mana, but. Alright, well, this guy's not hitting me for very much at least. I can play Elvish Mystic and then say go and hold up Ultimate Price. Him not actually dealing significant amount of combat damage. I'm just going to play 2 Elvish Mystics. I can block with one of them if need be and save Ultimate Price for something else. Unless he like Atarkas commands me, the Mystic trades with the Denizen. I think I'm actually just going to take a hit of 1 here, rather than if he does have Atarkas command, let him kill one of my Mystics and do, yeah. So we take 5, that's fine. I'm gonna cast this Death Mist Raptor. We're at 13 here. He doesn't have that many cards, so. Dragon Fodder, okay. I'm just gonna block with my elf and see if he casts Atarka's command. If he casts Atarka's command, I'm gonna Ultimate Price his guy, yeah. So I'm just gonna take the 3 damage, kill that guy. Serac himself. He has no cards, which is attacking with both of these. I can block both of these guys with my elves. I don't need my elves anymore. He's already gone through 2 Atarka's commands. The chance that like he draws another one is fairly low, and even if he does, like I can play Boon Satyr and attack for a lethal next turn. Zergo, okay. I'm just gonna block 1 here, I think. So he's at 12. He can block this here. If I draw a land, it'd be 7, 8, 9. So that, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'd rather just kill the guy here, I think. And only take the 1 damage. I'm just going to attack with all of them. We know his hand has exactly Zergo in it, so I could just Boon Satyr on anything. And I Boon Satyr on the Elvish Mystic, then there's nothing he can block with Zergo next turn. Yeah, he's dead. All right. So I'm just going to leave things as they are, sideboard-wise. If I really wanted to have anti-red cards in my sideboard, I'd probably have something like Nylea's Disciple. But I think that just having, like, Warden's actually pretty decent as an anti-red card because it can get lifelink. And then I think that just sort of the mix of cheap removal and just having really substantial creatures of your own is pretty reasonable in the matchup usually. Alright, this is a pretty reasonable hand. We can actually cast everything. Elvish Mystic into Ultimate Pricer Guy into Collected Company is a decent curve. Ooh, and a Sirach there if we want that too. Get Wild Slashed, okay. Alright, now we're a little bit, because he killed my elf, I'm a little bit behind his board. So what do I actually kill here? I think I kill Zergo. Like, he may have a second Zergo, which means that I want to kill Monastery Swift Spear, but Zergo represents damage every turn that he doesn't have to invest in. This represents only 1. Though if I do draw something that can block, it's better off. It's more likely to be able to block Zergo than it can block this. I think I'd rather strand a second Zergo in his hand. And just kill this, though. I'm not sure. He didn't play a land, so like chances are his hand, he could have a second Zergo. I think that the possibility of stranding a second Zergo in his hand is worth killing that. All right, Warden, that's very good. I want to make it immune to Wild Slash, say go. And this could potentially be really big if this survives. Well, I think I'm going to block Zergo, because I think it looks like he may have just like a 2 damage spell or something. He doesn't have, like, the only thing that makes like blocking this worse is like, I can't think of anything. Like, he doesn't have a Tarka's Command, he doesn't have red mana for it. So yeah, I think I just want to block Zergo, just to prevent more damage to myself. Some sort of Searing Blood. Okay, it's fine. I knew that there was something. I was thinking about Searing Blood, but it kills my guy either way, so. I kind of just want a Collected Company. If I play Sirach, he can like stoke it pre-combat. I guess if he stokes, then he can't attack me. So maybe it's best for me to just keep playing stuff out of my hand, at least right now. Yeah, I'm going to play... I think it's probably best to play Sirach. Like, if I miss with Collected Company and attacks me, it's really bad. So I think I'm going to play Sirach. All right, well, maybe he has a Lightning Strike. That was a Lightning Strike. Okay. All right, now I'm going to say go. Because if I played this, it could just be killed by a lot of different things. Collected Company. We got exactly one Boon Satyr. Dude, nice. If this gets Searing Blooded, I'm going to be very sad. At least that didn't happen. Did he just like F6 or something? It looks like it. I could have potentially bestowed on my guy. Oh, that was a good draw. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yeah, maybe I could have bestowed Boon Satyr there, but if he had like any sort of burn spell, it's horrible for me. And here, like, he can potentially try and kill this. But right now, like, I have any lethal attacker. This was a weird, like, him just, he played this after playing a land. All right, we win. So is there a better way I could have played that last turn? I mean, like, it's weird sort of like having the information of like, you know, okay, I think he's F6ing because I think he knows he's dead, but I probably should have just end stepped the Boon Satyr after he attacked me with this, because that's presenting lethal that he has to deal with. Like, it's not like, it's not like he's going to cast something into me just attacking with these when it's not lethal, given, like, you know, that I could have something like my own Boon Satyr. So if I end step the Boon Satyr, even if he's Searing Bloods or something, then, you know, I'm potentially attacking for at least close to lethal, and then I can play this. I can play this, flip it up, and play another guy if I want, which makes it much less likely he's actually able to lethal me with attackers. I think that would probably be the best option. So anyway, we won. Despite, you know, things not really coming together for us in the first game mana-wise, but I definitely think that the combination of cheap removal like BioBlight and Ultimate Price with just substantial green creatures is definitely going to be pretty good in this sort of matchup. The fact that BioBlight is able to clear out multiple token creatures, also, you know, obviously, as we saw there, can come in really handy, and that's one of the ways that the red aggressive decks are generally able to stack up against the other creature decks. So anyway, let's go on to the next match.